Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here, and welcome back to another episode here on the YouTube channel. On today's video, we've obviously got episode number 3 of Better Than Ange, as we're with Spurs and looking to do better than the big old Aussie. With that being said, give the episode a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I know I did promise a double header against Liverpool and against Man City, but I'm going to start here on August 25th and just bring up maybe something that hopefully is only a thing in the beta, but the training injuries are absurd. Every third or fourth day at the moment, someone's picking up an injury for 2 to 3 weeks or 4 to 6 days. Hope this was a thing back a few FMs ago, and I really want to hope that they're going to get this to go out the game, or else it's going to be unplayable, because I'm nearly at a point where I can't field a full team. With this being said as well, I just want to know in the comment section down below, are you having troubles with injuries in the beta? It doesn't seem to stop for me. Is there something you're doing to stop the injuries? Or do I just start resting teams for 6 days so the injuries are okay? Let me know in the comment section if this has been an issue for yourself. And next time you see me, it will be for Manchester City at home at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Here we are, YouTube. We have made a signing on deadline day, and it is Silly. It's Killian. Killian's coming in there from Freiburg. Obviously been at Freiburg after signing from a club that I did use him at FC Metz back way ago on FM. Fantastic footballer, played 27 games in the Bundesliga last season, and well, he's very well rounded and someone we can definitely use. He can play right back and replace Pedro Porro if needs be, if we don't want to play Emerson Royale, but more importantly, can play wide centre back on the right hand side, and technically on the left hand side if needs be, or covering centre back as a ball playing defender on cover, because he's well rounded enough to do so. At 21 years of age, I do think that he becomes in and has a lot of potential. And it's only 13.5 million all up front, which is superb. Now, with this being said, he wouldn't start over Eric Dyer yet, but by the end of the season, my plan is to get him up to speed and start at wide centre-back as well. But what he allows me to do is actually get Ivan Perisic off the bench. Ben Davies could be the backup left-back and centre-back. Ashley Phillips can play under 21 football, but also play minutes when needed, because I think he could become really good. And Emerson Royale is going to be the backup right wing back if needs be. But what it means is we can put him on the bench. He'll be 4th choice centre back, Ashley Phillips 5th choice, Ben Davies 6th choice, 3 proper centre backs to back up 3 decent guys. Eric Dyer has started the Premier League season very well, so I am going to play him. And over time, he will replace Eric Dyer. And hopefully next season, maybe even though Eric's 29, we might be able to sell him on for a little bit of money. So let's go confirm this one in. And that is superb for us as well. Important to note, we do have one more centre-back in Luca joining, which is a real-life centre-back. At 16, I don't want to play him straight away. I want him to play under 21, under 18 football, but one for maybe season 2, season 3 to start integrating when he turns 18 years of age. But I think, obviously, with this signing coming in, Richarlison on his way out to save us some money here, I think we're in a very good spot indeed as well. So there we go. Got that all done. Send the assistant here so he can officially join. And at the same time, Richarlison is going off to Newcastle on loan, which means that we got the money, and there we go. So 18.25 million plus 16.5 million over the next season after that, plus he's paying all their wages. If you now have a look at here, we've got 37 million still in the football club. Brilliant. All right. And we've got 435k available payroll. If I was to eke this out, we now would have money to do some serious business. But more importantly for me, right now, is we've got a squad that right now is good enough to be solid and finish in the top 7, a system that's very good, and potential for us to develop it moving forward. And I think we're in a good spot, and that's exactly where we're going to continue on when we look at everything else. I'm also going to get Saliba or Killian. How would you pronounce that? Sildilia? I don't know. Just butcher it. Also going to get him to learn to play left wing back as an inverted wing back on support. Being so well rounded, he might become very good in that role and back up Destiny Udogie as well. As promised, YouTube was looking to sell Richarlison. It's not an upfront bid, but it's a bid that I think is too good for us to turn down. What we have here at the moment is a bit of an interesting situation. With the injuries we got, I'm not particularly keen on selling players that are part of the squad, but we also have a big squad We have also got players that will come back from injury. And more importantly, we do not have any Europe. So it's just Carabao Cup and FA Cup commitments plus the league, which means we don't particularly need a bigger squad. In this position, we also have Velez, who's back in 4 days' time, who is definitely good enough to be off the bench and really play behind Son. Hopefully, no big injuries coming towards Heung-min Son, that would be for sure. Now, the bid itself is pretty good. I wanted to be about 40 mil. We're going to get 36. So as you can see, they're paying me 185k for the next 10 to 11 months, so about 2 million roughly for the loan. They're paying 100% of his wage, which we just negotiated back and forth for, which means that we get 220k worth of wage back into the football club, which could fund another centre-back. And more importantly here as well, we get 18.25 million next transfer budget, which is huge, because it means that we're guaranteed, no matter what, to get 18 million added onto our budget, and the year after we're going to get another 16.5 mil, 8 mil every 6 months. I think it's a pretty good bid and something we're going to have to take. I would straight away tell you guys right now, if we were in Europe, or, this was the main game, not the beta, and new injuries and training injuries were like this massive thing, I probably would have kept him. But knowing it's the beta, it's more than likely going to get fixed. I think we're just going to take this one and put it into the football club. There goes Richarlison. The reason it also becomes a little bit more interesting is against Sheffield and Forest. We won 2-0 against Forest. Played pretty well. Bit lucky to score the first goal, but, 65% possession did well. But against Sheffield United, Richarlison off the bench in a game we're struggling to score even though we dominated. But his first shot scored, and then Son scored late as well. So we're in a pretty good position here. Data hub-wise, we're looking pretty good. Overall match momentum has been fantastic. But yeah, Richarlison's going to go. That should free up some money here. So as we can see on the outs, that's going to make a potential payroll when everything's said and done of 325k. Surely we can put that little bit into the transfer budget and work out a deal with somebody so we can replace Eric Dyer at centre-back and make us really strong. I think that's the plan here. Next time we come back, it's hopefully a deadline day deal for a centre-back that will start for us in the Premier League. Game 1 of 2 in the episode. We got Man City away. It was actually at the Etihad, and then I think we played Liverpool away as well. I thought it was both one was at home. With that being said, we currently sit second in the Premier League, and we drew against Bournemouth, beat Brighton, and then obviously these ones here we recap slowly. What I am going to do here is actually click on and give you a couple of the goals as well, and click on the games. As you can see, we did dominate here. Looked pretty good, throughout, and I'm pretty happy with that result there, and with the possession we kept. Against Sheffield, fantastic. One of the goals I want to give you is have a look at this ball from Destiny Udogie. Outrageous delivery in. If we go back and reverse the camera around. Second phase from a corner, one touch, left foot dink to the other fullback making the run inside. Superb, sublime. 3-0 win there. We then beat Cheltenham 3-1. We were 1-0 down in this game. We did dominate, we did rotate. It was Richarlison's last game. So we are through and we play Wolves in the Carabao Cup in between this Liverpool game, which you'll find out. And then against Bournemouth, not the greatest game to be fair. Very even, we had a lot of possession, but we found that we struggled a little bit. And that creativity, we only had one shot at half-time. It was a goal we scored for right at half-time. It definitely worked post-half-time. I went and put Madison a little bit more attacking and we got more creativity, which was good. And then against Brighton, we just won this game 2-1. I'm going to show you all the goals here. Brighton had one shot, one attack, one goal, which seems to be a very recurring theme because we did the same thing the game before. But both goals are here. Built out from the back, very well worked. Madison found Son. What a finish from Son from distance, though. And if he can keep doing that, that's fine. But yeah, have a look at this from the throw-in. We can see their first chance, Milner, Matoma, one touch, good finish, to be fair. And then our goal that won the game was a backstick header for Eric Dyer, who after this wanted a new contract, and we did give him one. Which means that we're in a pretty good spot. I want to bring you to the data hub though, and quickly in the team performance, I've got a lot of things here that I want to speak about very quickly. Obviously the XG table, everyone knows how this works. We're scoring 4 more goals than we're expected, conceding basically the same amount of goals that we're meant to be conceding, and we're at plus 2 points from where we're on, so we currently sit second, exactly where we should sit, which is good. In terms of match momentum, that's the last game, you guys see that all the time. But the pitch tilt. This just shows that we have fewer passes against us in the final third because it's low, and we're making a lot of passes. Only team more than us at the moment is Liverpool, and we're in a very good spot, obviously. We are the best team, though, when it comes to pass completion. So we make the most amount of passes, and a lot of them are accurate, and we have got the highest percentage of passes attempted in a game. It just shows in this system of us being on that shorter passing, lower tempo, and a lot of building out, players close together. It really does show that we're keeping possession and being very effective with it. The most amount of our passes attempted are in the middle to the final third. A little bit more at the back. But as you think about our system being on a bit of a mid to block, and what I want to see here against City is still be brave and look to play in these spaces, look to create, not between centre-back and defensive midfielders, until we can find that pass into Pedro Porro, Kulusevski, etc., who can play that pass forward and break the line. Obviously, the passing dynamics, we're allowing the fewest amount of passes against ourselves as well, so the press is working. And we've completed a lot of passes in comparison. 3,150 passes roughly this season already. And possession loss. We've lost possession mostly in the final third, which is a good sign, because if you're losing it more towards the mid and the back third, it's not great. And it does show that our line of engagement, our mid-block, we're winning the ball back in the middle of the park more often than not. So the shape is working. And this just shows, yet again, mid-block, block them inside, win that ball, and off we go. And the passing has really been good. Now, our team here today is pretty full strength. I played Oliver Skip and he gave away both balls for the Bournemouth goal, so he's not playing ever again. I wanted to play him, but I don't think he's ever going to be good enough. We might end up selling him. But Vicario in net, Dyer's had a pretty good time of it. Romero and Van de Ven has looked outrageous and has now played for the Netherlands. Basuma's been fantastic. Sarr in again, Udogie, Kulusevski, Maddison, and Son. Maddison doesn't seem to like a role at the moment, but the attacking midfield role seems to be his best because he seems to get in that box a little bit more and really, really be a driving outlet for us. Now, Pep's men are top and have not lost the game. I really expect to probably get pummeled here by Pep Guardiola and his men. We'll actually see it in game, but there's the actual lineup if you want to have a look on the bench. On the benches, Ortega, Guardiola, Nunez, Alvarez isn't starting. Interesting. Doku, Lewis, Gomez, Baptiste, and Naylor. And let's go and have a look with how they are lining up in the 4-3-3 that they will play. Edison, Walker, Diaz, Akanji, and Ake. Rodri with De Bruyne, not injured. Kovacic, Silva, Foden, and Haaland with Alvarez missing out. Interesting. I expect away from home to probably cop this, but it'll be interesting to see what will happen here. They're in their light blue. We've actually gone to the really dark blue, which I can understand with them being in the light blue is a thing. With this 5 at the back system, I'm hoping defensively we're solid enough to really nullify Man City's attack. And maybe, just maybe, we can score a goal of our own. Basuma on the ball. Finds Eric Dyer. Finds Pedro Porro. Ball inside to Kulusevski. Gets in the area. Fortunately didn't get a pass or a shot away. Falls to Porro though. Whips one in there. Heung-min Son went down. Penalty? I don't think this one is a penalty, to be fair. It's the first time I've seen VAR for a penalty in 5 or 6 games. Is this going to be given? Penalty's been given. Wow. Diaz clattered in the sun, apparently. Maddison's got the best penalty taking out the team, so he's up against Edison here. I don't think that was a pen. Maddison, straight at Edison. Didn't pick a corner, and Edison stayed central. I would say it's a little bit of karma there because it was never a penalty. We know it didn't go over the line, obviously. And wow, we miss a big moment to go 1-0 up against City. Basuma, Udogie, keeping width. Son now presenting at feet. Needs to keep this ball. Don't like that pass from Son. He had to turn around and play a centre-back. I don't know why he looked inside for. And forward. Sometimes you've got to go one line back to go 2 lines forward there. And here comes City in this controlled possession build-up of Pep Guardiola. Akanji, Ake, De Bruyne, Edison. Good shape from us though, as you can see. Moving side to side, really blocking up a lot of these passing options. But they find Kovacic and the man out. Well won back by Sarr. Falls the Foden. That's lucky. That's a goal. Haaland's hit the post mercifully. We kept good shape. We won the ball back and the tackle fell to Foden. But as it stands, it's 0-0. We've missed a pen. Even game of football though. And I think this is a really positive sign. 35 minutes in. against Pep Guardiola, 0-0, we've played okay. Kanji for De Bruyne. Into Ake. Back to Edison, who's nice and high as always. Ake, KDB. Going on a run. Still going. Picked off by Basuma. Well read. Foden was the target, and we did very well. Back to Vicario. He went long. Son doesn't get up for that one there. Got squeezed out of it by City. I'd rather see Vicario try to play out there than go long. Van de Ven wins that one, but only as far as Rodri, Pedro Porro, and Kulusevski thumps it. Poor highlight from us here. We've given the ball back to City twice. I expect to concede now. Ruben Diaz. Great ball to Bernardo. Kovacic is in here. Vicario's beat, and we're 1-0 down to a secondary run of Kovacic from the middle of the park. But more importantly, 2 moments in that highlight where we pumped the ball long. Kulusevski, I don't even understand what he was trying to do. But what a ball, what a run, what a finish, what a goal from Manchester City. Playing as a winger, Bernardo Silva, interesting. Haaland playing as a poacher as well. Interesting, that too. As it ticks away though, 1-0 down at half-time. I don't think we've played overly bad. I do not think we've played overly bad. Approaching the 60-minute mark, not particularly too much happening. We are going to make a couple of little changes here. Brennan Johnson's going to come in here for Kulusevski as a shadow striker and attack. I'm also going to get Solomon in for James Maddison, who's not had the rest of the game, on a shadow striker and attack. Both can get up front and pretty good. Also going to go and put Son as a complete forward on support and really to try and link these two in. Udoge is actually going to go on a winger on attack as well to stretch the game. But Sarr is going to come off here for Oliver Skip. But Skip is actually going to sit in and be a more defensively minded midfielder to help provide balance. Eric Dyer's going to come off. Actually, yes, he will. Kylian Saliba is going to come in and go more wing back on support as well to really help out Pedro Porro. And I think with that, I don't mind this, and I'm also going to get the instruction here to look for the overlap on the other side as well. See if we can find something. Time ticks away, not really finding too much. I think with this as well, we're now going to go a little bit more direct at a much higher tempo. And look to pass the ball into space. See if we can be that little bit quicker now. Try to unsettle them. And we need to go attacking. We're trying here. City are kind of just dominating this game in terms of possession though. Passing at 93%. It's not really been our day. I am going to now go to up top. I'm going to advance forward. Solomon in the hole. Play for a set piece if we get one too. Go to something like that. I'm actually going to distribute quickly, counter, and look to go a little bit longer here. And we're going to get up the field. Got to get in City's face here with 5 minutes to go, if we can find a moment. Can we? It's a highlight. We need one. Erling Haaland. Walker. We squeeze. Do we win? We don't. Kanji. De Bruyne. Bernardo. Saliba wins, or Kylian. Goodwill won. Son's in here. 1-on-1 is Son. Heung-min Song for a point. Tactical masterclass. We stayed in the game. We made the changes. And on the break we went. On the break we went. Now we go to cautious. Now we still do this. Because on the break you never know, we might get one. We now don't do that. We trap on the outside. And we get stuck in with only a few minutes to go. Udoge is now going to go back inverted on support. Porro's going to go more wing back there on automatic. Really get him to sit in that little bit more. And Solomon's actually going to be the linchpin as the advanced playmaker and support as well as an out ball. But there we go. on the break, good press, good ball through, and Heung-min Son, by himself, beats Edison with the outside of his boot. Who played the pass? I want to know. Solomon. Brilliance. Time ticks away here. We've pinched a 1-1 draw at the Etihad. And it's finished. Man City 1, Spurs 1. What a moment early on in this save. We tried to play football. We stayed toe-to-toe. We won a penalty. It didn't really go away. City then started to dominate. And then we went a little bit more aggressive. 2 up top, 1 in behind, and a little bit more direct. And bang, straight away on the break, we won the ball and we scored. Very satisfying. Very, very satisfying. That was superb. With that being said, with the amount of drama that there was, boys, I actually think that's going to be the end of the episode. We've had a good start. We've picked up a draw against City. We're yet to lose. And I'm actually going to come back for the next episode. Is going to be Arsenal away at the Emirates. And it's for the big one. The derby. Arsenal versus Spurs. Will we still be undefeated at that time? Who knows? I'll see you guys next time. Thank you and goodbye.